Hey everyone, thank you for joining. Welcome to XR Builders Unite, a sneak peek into the Builders program at UnitedXR, Europe's ultimate XR event this December in Brussels. Today we'll cover who should apply, XR builders, startups, and hackers, why it will advance your project or company, and what to expect at the event. You'll be pitching, demoing, and speed networking. Today we have real builders with us who will share with you their journey and show you how a hackathon plus a builders program were the perfect one-two punch to accelerate their careers. And please share your questions in the chat. We'll do our best to address them. So in a few minutes, I'll introduce the leader of the builders program at UnitedXR, the multi-talented Dinesh Puni. But first, let me give you a little bit of context. My name is Orin Bar. I'm the CEO of AWE and co-founder also of UnitedXR. And since I first got into XR in 2007, starting the first AR blog, founding the first AR startup in the States, the first XR conference, the first XR fund, and over 2 decades of mentoring hundreds of XR companies, I've been championing this idea that XR will shape the future. Well, today I have a different message for you. XR is not the future. What is it? XR, it's the present. XR hardware is widely available, tools have matured, and AI reduced a lot of the hard work. It's not perfect, so what? XR is good enough, and it's ready for almost any use case. And this year, for the first time, I can say this with confidence. XR is going mainstream. I know there's some fear in the air. There's this dark horse. It's stealing attention and investments from XR, but it's the best thing that's happened to XR. XR will harness it and ride it straight into the mainstream. We all know AI makes XR better, faster, cheaper, but on the flip side, AI needs XR even more. Some call it physical AI or AI for the real world. We call it the AI love XR imperative. AI needs XR to access real-world data, to keep getting smarter and training its models. And together, they'll go mainstream. I know some industry veterans might be thinking right now, wait, what? We don't feel mainstream. We're still struggling to grow our businesses. Well, I hear you, my friends. Budgets are tight, but going mainstream doesn't mean we're all flush. It means we are in a new stage. From rebels introducing a new technology to responsible stewards of technology in everyday life. As the saying goes, greatness is built in hard times. And today's conditions are ideal for bold moves. So here's a quick recap of the proof. XR market is worth $30 billion this year. Just for reference, it's as big as the global film industry. And it's growing 10 times faster than the GDP. After AI, it's the fastest growing tech sector. And the innovation race is intensifying. Just take a look at some of these great mixed reality headsets that have been launched in the last year and a half. Adoption of VR is currently over 25% of the US population. And so many new smart glasses were launched this year. They're super hot. XR is going mainstream. But to conquer the mainstream, we need content. And good content, and the good news is that XR master builders like you are creating apps and experiences for every person on the planet. So who are XR master builders? They are designers, developers, creators, hackers, not just XR experts and not just technical folks. They're masters of a domain, of a use case, or a passion. They know their audience so well, they build experiences that are irresistible to their users. But here's the rub. Enterprises, brands, investors, and platforms, they choose who gets funded. And currently, many are distracted by AI. That needs to change. They need to realize what we all know, that AI needs XR. But I see a silver lining. XR master builders are shifting the balance. Their understanding of the users cannot be replicated, not by AI, because the spatial experience is in many cases a feeling. And builders are now becoming the new center of gravity. Platforms and investors need builders to access users and grow their own companies. So I have a feeling we'll see a lot more funding coming soon. And it's why we dubbed 2025 as the year of the XR Master Builder. They are the key to bringing XR to everyone. So here's the amazing story of a builder, Davey Lutz. He's a remote control airplane enthusiast. He created a VR training sim. Think it's niche? Well, he got 50,000 downloads. His users love it so much, they buy Quest headsets just to use this simulator. And thanks to the simulator, some buy their first RC planes. See what I mean by builders shifting the balance? Next, Tetsuya Nomura. He loves bungee jumping. You know where this is going? He built Bungee Jump VR to help people conquer their fear. Over 100,000 people tried it, including many at AWE, and they loved it. Here's another builder story. Liam Mason with Anorak Studio is a big pool table fan. He built Snap Spectacles lens to teach his girlfriend how to play pool. Now couples everywhere can play together. And I used it in my opening keynote at AWE to sink the ball into the pocket live in front of 2,000 people. Trust me, that requires a lot of confidence in the technology. I've never dared to do this until this year. And to wrap it up, meet Ryan Engel, a big golfer. He created Golf Plus, a realistic VR game that reconstructs golf courses from real ones. It's not for gamers, it's for golfers. 1 out of 3 of his players buys MetaQuest just to play more golf. They play from home, participating in competitions, and to practice in specific golf courses before they go on a real golf trip. It's so successful that more rounds are played in Golf Plus every single day than a real golf course sees in an entire year. Yes, as more builders jump on XR and capture their niches, this is how we bring XR to everyone. And we've partnered with all the XR hackathons out there. We offer the winners participation in special opportunities, but actually everyone that participated in a hackathon or is a startup or has a project out there, you're all invited to apply for this program. You have to take the next step and submit to the program. We'd love to see you all at UnitedXR this December in Brussels. And now you know what I mean by builders and why they're so important to the success of the XR industry and how it can help your own career. And next, I'm excited to introduce the founder of XRCC and the lead of the XR Builders program at UnitedXR. Give it up to Dinesh Puni.
Hello, hello. Very great to be here. Thanks for inviting me, man.
Hey, Dinesh, so great to see you here. How are things?
Very good, very good. Just in event preparation madness, I guess you can relate.
So what are you working on? What's the big thing that is happening shortly?
So yeah, very good question. We just announced XRCC Online after multiple successful runs of the hackathon. So a few months ago, we just organized XRCC in Berlin. Last year, we organized actually the world's biggest independent XR hackathon. So we actually had 3,500 or 3,400 people joining online, creating 200 projects in the field of XR. And yeah, we want to bring this to the next step and just announced our latest edition, CreatorCon Online. And I've prepared a nice video for this one. We can check out.
That's it.
Connections.
Community.
Empowerment.
Incredible.
Talent. Adaptability.
Complete.
Adventure.
Union.
Connection.
Family.
Woo, such a cool video. You can see that your roots are in content creation, right?
Exactly. Doing YouTube for 7, 8 years helps a lot on organizing all of these things. And yeah, of course, inviting really amazing people there. And now we are taking this one that we had in Berlin to make it online in a very, very big scale.
So, well, what do you expect from this hackathon to be like in terms of the scope, in terms of it would include?
So for this one, we are aiming to really take all of our learnings from the last couple of years that we had and running these events. I mean, we're like a small team running these large events. So really figuring out how can we get the very best mentors, like the best mentors globally to support all of the builders that are participating in this one. And some of them already in this session. How do we have the very best judges also who are actually in quotes qualified to even judge this project? You included, you're also a judge in this event. And how can we really make this the single best career move for our participants? So again, I talked about mentorship, I talked about really good judging, but also for people to meet like-minded people in their area. Again, there's like thousands of people participating, and we will guide them through every step so they don't get lost, and they really build something amazing that can then be used to showcase potentially at the Builders Program.
Beautiful. And you already know kind of what tracks are going to be there, what kind of things people may want to focus on?
I can give a hint, maybe a teaser. I mean, we could see in the video that we have Meta as a lead sponsor. So we will have some Meta-related things, and they've been cooking crazy, especially with the latest Connect, where we also met. We both tried out these glasses, like having nice videos doing this gesture all the time. So there will be a bunch of meta tracks. There will be some other things. One thing I also really like talking about is how we can use XR in enterprise/in business. I think that's also a overlap with what you guys are doing, and also a strong focus on design, because I think that one thing that is really important is that we need to not only have developers in this field, we also need developers, we need designers, we need sound designers, project managers, like really need the whole scope. And I think that is something that we are really trying to push, so that the projects that come out of this are in the best quality state that you can have given the time frame.
Cool. Yeah, I've been in Berlin for the XR CC this June. It was really an amazing experience, and just crazy to see how a group of people, most of them never met each other until that day. They get together in just 3-4 days. They build this super cool project in AR, in VR, XR in general, and it's so great. And so what happens next? So after they complete this project, they win, or maybe they get some other prizes from it. What typically happens to that project afterwards, and what can help really kind of advance it forward?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the really, really fascinating thing with hackathons, I mean, first of all, you potentially make lifelong friends, which is amazing. Like you meet like-minded people, you make good friendships, you meet your new teammates. I think that is like fantastic. Otherwise, the goals for individuals are pretty different. We actually, I think that is really also great to see that we had some people getting a job immediately after XRCC, like just a few days after the event. They got a job, which is fantastic. Some people take their projects and showcase them on the Builders Program, which is also really nice. So kind of like they keep iterating these projects, some of them, of course. And some projects also get nominated for awards, including the Oki Awards, which is really nice. And we actually even have cases of teams and people who publish their like ideation that they build it. And XSCC, they keep working on this, and then they publish it at the store, applying for VC money or just launching it as standalone on the store. So there's like lots of different directions, and we want to help with any of those, but especially for anybody who still wants to work on the project, I think that is fantastic to work together with you guys to then give them the opportunity to showcase at UnitedXR or AWE, to then be featured there and then kind of like just build it step by step by step, massively building the brand, but also increasing exposure on the project. So I think that is something I'm very fascinated about, that I don't see with many hackathons, that there's so much focus after the event as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of the projects that come out of the hackathon get so much attention online. You see that there's something there, and then they want to keep developing it further, and that's where the Builders Program and other experiences at UnitedXR or AWE can really help them move the needle. Others, even if the product doesn't get as much attention, it's always a great experience, and like you said, lifelong friends and a lot of knowledge and connections that can help you then move forward. So I kind of described it as sort of a hackathon, and the Builders Program is like a 1-2 punch to accelerate your career. So let's talk a bit more about what do you actually get if you're selected to the program, which, by the way, we have very limited seats. So if you're interested, if you're qualified, go ahead and submit ASAP. You'll see the URL here in a second. And the deadline is coming up, October 28th. So don't wait until the last minute. It's actually, we're going to pick the best ones, but first come, first serve. So definitely do not wait. So let's talk a bit more about what happens in the program itself. Once they're selected, of course, we'll communicate with them. We'll kind of give them a sense of where they need to be when and what to expect, but kind of walk through the key things that they will do at the event.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a cool thing. Like, we are working on this together. We are running and coordinating the Builders Program. And once you are selected, I mean, first of all, this is a really, really fantastic sign for you. We actually have 2 amazing builders we will talk about. They will join us in a minute later. They can talk about their experience. But for the upcoming now, so you will have kind of like a 3 benefits package, let's call this. You will be able to present on the UnitedXR stage, which is amazing. Like, you actually get a physical stage to showcase your project, to talk about your brand, your learnings, what you want to do with this project. You also get to showcase your project in form of a mini booth, let's call it, like a table showcase. Correct me if you have like a different wording for this one.
Absolutely.
But also, and that is also really amazing, because you actually get feedback from people testing your project. You also get additional exposure and everything, but you also get to speed date with investors, and you can really showcase your projects there as well, exactly where you need it. So I think having that combination, I mean, I wish I would have this many, many, many years ago, especially in the XR field, where it's kind of tough anyways. I think that is fantastic to just have the opportunity to get like that triple package to pitch your project on the stage, to showcase it to the people in the event, and then also to meet investors. I think that is just something, if you're serious about this, then it's like a no-brainer to do this, actually.
That's awesome. So 2-minute pitch on stage, 1 hour in the demo area to kind of show it to folks, and then speed networking with investors. And of course, you're part of one of the biggest and best events in Europe. So expect 2,000 XR professionals there with 150 exhibitors from across all aspects of XR, from the big players to young startups and everything in between. And of course, an amazing agenda, 3 days packed with agenda on every topic you can think of. So it's going to be hard to find actually what you actually want to go to with all these things that will be at the event. So maybe some tips before we kind of bring up the builders to what will give you the best chances to get selected, and how to best take advantage of the program itself if you're selected.
I mean, first of all, I would suggest anybody from our community, like you guys already have a project, most likely. If you submitted something, the chances are really high that you are already eligible to become part of this, especially if you have been a finalist or even winning, because and keep wanting to build on your project. I think like these kind of like ingredients help a lot to have like good chances, let's say. But also if you're somebody who are actually like outside of our events who is working on a project or building something. I think that is like why it's called Builders Program. You should have something that you would want to showcase to an audience. And for me, I would say that these are really like the critical things. And if you're already at the event at UnitedXR, then it's a no-brainer to just combine it because again, you will meet many other amazing builders. We will hang out together, and I think that is just like a net win where there's not really a downside not to do this.
Absolutely. So if you're selected, you'll get some amazing things to do the event. If not, that's okay. It's very limited seats. You could still apply for next time. And again, you could do a lot of that at the event itself with the exhibitors, with the talks, with just connecting and networking with people. They're all going to be there. And it's important to note that the best submissions out of all the submissions, the top eight startups will actually be selected for the pitch competition. Pitch competition, you get to pitch for 5 minutes in front of investors and an audience of attendees, and then kind of get some questions from the investor judges, one of which will be crowned as the startup to watch, and they will get an Augie Award during the event wrap-up, during kind of the Best in Show Awards. So that's really for the best of these submissions.
I mean, guys, think about that. That is crazy. That is like from hackathon to Builders Program to being on the stage to being in the pitch competition to winning a freaking Augie Award. Like that's kind of the pipeline we are talking about.
Steep curve, yes. All right, ready to bring in our builders today?
Absolutely, because that is pretty much some of the journeys we will hear about. We have two fantastic people from our community. I mean, I think you know them because they are freaking awesome. Their projects are really, really, really cool. And yeah, let's start this off with Grace. Let's have you here. And there she is. Awesome.
Hello. So good to be here. Thanks for this really amazing opportunity.
So Grace, you want to kind of tell us a bit about your project, kind of your path, your career so far, and kind of some about how the hackathon and the business program helped you and how it might help other people. And, we'd love to hear some tips for everyone out there.
Yeah, sounds good. Bring out the presentation. Oh, yeah. Okay. So hi, everyone. I'm Grace, and I'm really excited to share my XR journey and how I went from being a student designer and a beginner developer to being really embedded into the XR industry. So if you're just starting out, this is the presentation for you. So for a little bit of background, I recently graduated this year from Parsons with a BFA in design and technology. And it's basically a design major with a little bit of coding, but I found that it didn't cover XR directly. So I actually got into XR in a pretty unconventional way by joining a hackathon called Reality Hack. This is before even Unity. And joining a hackathon early on, it opens your eyes to all of like the different types of tech there are, but it also shows you how much you need to learn. And so after I went to my first hackathon, I spent a year studying C#. I took product design courses, and I watched a lot of VR YouTube videos. There's a ton of resources out there. So I learned mostly through those online courses. And then once I felt a little bit more confident with the basics, I joined my first hackathon solo, the XR Design Challenge. And so for the XR Design Challenge, I built Chloro, which is basically a mixed reality app that takes spatial data like the size and direction of your windows, and it tells you exactly how well specific houseplants will do in your space. It was a bit of a ballsy project because I ended up doing the whole thing solo, but this hackathon provided mentorship and technical support, and it was all really encouraging. What was more encouraging is how beginner friendly it is, because for this hackathon, you could just put out a visual prototype or work with developers who will listen to your ideas and help you build it from start to finish. This hackathon was also remote, which adds another level of accessibility. But the best part about the XR Design Challenge and what it's related to, the XR Creator Con, which that hackathon is coming up soon, is how this hackathon could bring a lot of opportunities for you. Okay, so I basically took the prototype I had made from the XR Design Challenge, the really basic version of Chloro, and I actually used it to apply to the Meta Start program, or like any developer program works, right? And developer programs give you support from other developers as well as from the staff that creates the tech. And this helps you continue polishing your app on a technical standpoint. I didn't apply earlier because I never got that push to create a solid prototype, but through XRDC, basically the Creator Con, the mentorship and the feedback pushed me to take my project really seriously and finally see myself as an XR builder, not just a student, but someone who could build an app. And then this setup of being in a developer program cascaded to even more opportunities. Yeah. So this is where the AWE Builders Program comes in. I took Chloro, and because I was a finalist for the XR Design Challenge, I was given the opportunity to take my app and pitch it on stage at AWE. Like, developer programs, they're really good because you get technical support, but to learn about stuff like marketing or business development, or like the nitty gritty about publishing an app, these builders programs become really, really useful. I was chosen as a select developer, so I got to talk with investors and get really high level feedback. I got to pitch my project and get feedback on my pitch. And I also got to meet all the developers that I met online, which was also really, really cool. Personally, for me, the Builders program allowed me to meet with a lot of recruiters and leadership from other XR studios. And I also utilized the critical feedback that I got from both my pitch, the networking, and from other developers to pivot my app into a direction that I feel like would utilize the headset even more. And yeah, I just continued to work on Chloro while working on my senior year of college. And this eventually led to me getting invited to my first Connect, which is insane, right? I got in through the Start Developer program, and this was just so cool because I got to meet like the most insane XR developers, and I got to talk with them and learn from them. And I had conversations with all of like I mentioned before, I was watching YouTube videos to learn XR development, and suddenly I'm having conversations with them, which is so cool. And I feel like this event, being invited to Connect, is like the highest point of my XR journey so far. And I couldn't have done it with all of these veterans and industry leaders creating opportunities for like new developers like me to get into the space. So if I, a design student, can do it, you can do it too, so long as you use the resources to their full potential. So that's how the XR Design Challenge and the Builders Program jump-started my XR career, all right out of post-grad, just with a little bit of prep. You can find more information about my app on chloro.notion.site, and stay tuned for more updates on launch dates. So excited for the Q&A session later.
Thank you, Grace.
Thank you so much. It was
story.
awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, first I have to say, you know, the project Chloro got a lot of attention.
It did.
You know, I was kind of describing before that XR builders are not, you know, like the best technical people necessarily, or the most XR, you know, most experienced XR folks. What really makes those projects so good and interesting is that they're driven by like a a passion.
Mhm.
There's like an area of your life that you understand so well that once you create a spatial experience from it, it resonates with people. Would you say that
Mm.
that was kind of one of the reasons for the success of Chloro?
Yes, for sure. Like, I think the reason why I created this app was because of my passion for houseplants and killing some of my really expensive ones. And then when I talked to other XR people like XR enthusiasts, I mean, a lot of us have houseplants, right? And so I thought, well, you could probably use the headset's tech to like troubleshoot your plants. And I think that resonated with a lot of people. Like every time I posted about it, and also XRDC taught me how to like post on LinkedIn more effectively. I got like 400 reactions for my first post and then 600 for any consecutive posts. And that was just like so much visibility on a project that I didn't even fully launch yet. So yeah, that's definitely a part of it.
There you go, an XR master builder right in front of you.
Really, really cool. It's such an inspiring journey to hear. I got like goosebumps when I heard this. It's like, yeah, from this step to this step to this step. I mean, super, super good to hear also.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you so much. Now we do
I
have
actually have
another.
one more question. One more question for Grace.
There we go. You're back.
So I guess the first recommendation is for everyone here is first show up. Show up to the hackathon. Show up to the business program. If you're not going there, you're not going to get the benefits. But what else? Like what else would you say is the best way to take advantage of this program? Whether you're selected or just kind of trying to get on board.
Are you talking about what else you could get from the builders program, or?
Yeah, like how to best prepare for that, how to make use of your time during the builders program at UnitedXR event, things like that.
Yeah, well, my biggest advice for anyone who's trying to get into these builders programs, or if you're just trying to stand out in the XR industry, is to research a lot about what other people are doing. See what like sub industries under XR exist, look at other people's hackathons projects, see what succeeds, like start creating a spreadsheet of all of like the projects that you like and study them so that you can take those learnings of people who have already put hours and hours and hours of work into their project and see how it could benefit or push your product. I found that worked especially for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, we'll continue conversation in a second, but Dinesh, you want to bring up the next builder?
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Grace. And she's gone. Yeah, the next builder also. I call him the hackathon master. He's been crushing many of our events also. First XR Design Challenge, then XRCC Online. Really, really fantastic projects that came out of this one. I was super amazed. And yeah, let me invite to the stage Tejas. Please join us. And there we go.
Dinesh, how are you? So good to see you guys. How are you?
Very good, man. Great to have you.
What's going on? Hey, Ari. Oh man, Grace's story was so inspiring. I'm so proud of everything that she's done and she's accomplished. So it's so cool to see her story.
Oh, yeah, now looking forward to your story also. I mean, again, like the projects that you've built, they were so freaking cool. So I'm really, really looking forward to see that slides and also like your learnings from this one, how others can apply the amazing stuff that you have built. And let's run it for you now.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, I'll do my best. So hey everyone, so glad to be here and so excited to be here and talk to you. My name is Tejas and I've been in the XR industry for quite a while now. I feel like a dinosaur sometimes, hopefully not. But I've been building for about 9 years now in XR space, and I just counted yesterday around the amount of projects that I've created. I've created about 100 projects. Some of them are successful, some of them are definitely not successful, and I'll talk about that later. But I'm currently working on a variety of platforms right now, including the Spectacles, Horizon Worlds from Meta, as well as some mixed reality projects. And a fun fact about me, I love to make and try and taste ice cream. So if you have a favorite ice cream flavor, drop in the chat. Okay, so let me go ahead and start the presentation. So my career journey in XR has sort of been powered by the hackathons and competitions that I've been part of. Back in 2018, I was actually part of one of the first community building exercises from Meta called the Oculus Launchpad, or OLP. So I was actually the lead developer on one of the projects that got a grant award for that community. And that led me to kind of build the confidence to build my own projects and be part of more competitions and hackathons. That OLP win kind of led me to win a few first place prizes at the MIT Reality Hack in 2020 and 2022. And most recently, just in the past year, I've been at events hosted by Immersive Insiders and AWE. So I was at part of the XR DC, or XR Design Challenge, hosted by Immersive Insiders with my product Creta. So me and my team actually won 2 first place prizes there. We went on to also create a spectacles lens called Link, which is a networking assisting application. So we won first place at that hackathon. And then we were also at another challenge called XRCC, where me and a team won 2 first place prizes for our music education app called Infinity. And I'll talk about some of those in a bit. But I definitely want to talk about Creta. So Creta was our submission for the XR Design Challenge, or XRDC, that happened, I think the end of 2024. And with this, me and my team really wanted to take any kind of traditional handcrafted skill and convert them into the platform and medium of XR. And what we settled on is the category of pottery and ceramics, and we built Creta out of that passion. So Creta is a mixed reality education application that teaches these classic pottery and ceramic techniques through these guided lessons where users can actually use real clay and real tools to actually learn these lessons. And what you're seeing on screen here is a video that we submitted to XRDC around the use of ShapesXR and the Logitech pen that sort of helps you through these lessons. And we're so excited by the reception that Creta has received. And not only did we win 2 first place prizes at the XR Design Challenge, but we got an Augie nomination, thank you, Ori, as well as we're showcased at the Harvard XR Conference, which is one of the Northeast's largest XR conference in the Northeast. And we brought Creta to AWE. So what you saw in the previous slide was sort of like a prototype, but we had to build that into an actual product that we were going to show as part of the Nexus Builder Stage at AWE. So what you see in this video is actually me using real clay and real tools to build these ceramic objects using holographic displays that you see in this headset. I also have some pictures about how we actually showed our product on stage, which was such an amazing opportunity. Not only do we get to talk to other builders and other investors, but just to actually show off our process and show off our product was such a revolutionary experience for me as a builder. And we also got to interact with the community, specifically people interested in pottery, but people. So as part of this Nexus Builder Stage, we got to actually demo our product. So what you see here is a celebrity, Nacy, who got to try our product. So she's interested in pottery, but she actually did not know where to start. And our app actually helps her get started in her own pottery journey, which was so exciting and so inspiring. Lastly, I want to talk about Inkfini, which is our latest hack-winning project that dealt with music education and kind of lowering the barrier to learn music notation, theory, and composition. So in this project, you use the Logitech pen to create a musical staff on your desk. And using this pen and using the staff, you can write down these notes by just tapping on the staff. And you can play back those notes in whatever way you want. Yeah, we were so proud of the reception that this project got as well. We got 2 first place prizes at XRCC, and something that you see cool on here in the video is the extraction of sound. So we actually could extract sound from our environment and use that sound to play back different kinds of notes that you placed on these musical staff. So that was an amazing project that me and my team created. You can see my team here in the image to right? But I also want to point out where it all started. So you see all these hackathons, all these wins, but I just want to let you know that I started super small. This is one of the first projects that I created with a team. We were part of this competition that was going on DevPost. At the time, DevPost was super early, and this was, I think, 2017. But we created this small game for PCVR called Fireworks, where we actually launched these like firework objects into the sky to hit these targets that are moving in space. And so this is sort of my first win ever in terms of competitions or hackathons or any kind of online event. And that kind of gave me the confidence and competence to keep on building. And if you're a builder or if you need help, please feel free to reach out. I'm almost here. One of my principles as a builder is to lean on your community. So please feel free to lean on me. You have my info here. This is my website. You can see my projects as well as my LinkedIn. Yeah, I can't wait to hear from you. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Tejas. Wow, what
Thank
a
you, man.
story, and what amazing projects. I especially love the last one, Inkphony, with the highlight where you extract the sound of the scream from Anthony.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
It was just the best part ever. Loved it.
Yeah, my teammates are awesome, and they helped me out with that feature, and it was so awesome to create in such a small amount of time. So yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And so we basically saw an example of two builders, one kind of fresh out of university that is able to take advantage of the hackathons and the builders program, and Tejas, which is a bit more experienced, have more years behind kind of on his belt, and also able to kind of benefit from the program. So Tejas, tell us a bit kind of what was kind of the big aha moment or the big takeaway from the builders program, and how do you recommend for other builders to kind of think about this program?
Absolutely. As a builder, sometimes my job is to sit behind a computer and just code or design. But the builders program actually allowed me to go out into the world, have a pitch deck, make sure I'm a good storyteller, talk to investors, talk to the community, and actually be part of the other side of what I'm building, which is actually the sharing part. And sometimes as a builder, it's really hard to do that. So for me, the builders program and being part of the Expo Stage actually allowed me to get out of my comfort zone and talk about what I'm building, talk about the design principles that we're thinking about as a team, and really kind of making the use of the really core opportunity, which is like being part of the people that are there. And that's something that sometimes you can't get just behind a computer when you're coding and designing. So yeah, I'm so grateful to be part of that experience and I'm excited to be part of more experiences, especially when we're showing off Inkphony at UnitedXR. So yeah.
Awesome. And I have also a question on Creta, the first project you mentioned. So have you worked with clay before? I mean, was that something that you always kind of tried to do?
Oh my God. Great question. So I actually had never worked with clay before. And I actually had no experience with clay or any type of ceramics before we started. But another team member was so passionate about clay that she really inspired us to be thinking more about clay and thinking more about these hands-on traditional skills. And now, like me and my girlfriend do like pottery nights because of Creta. And we use our mixed reality headset to make different kinds of things using these holographic displays. So it's a cool date night activity. And then it's really cool how the stuff you build also seeps into your everyday life.
So even if you don't have kind of your own passion that you want to focus on, join a team in a hackathon, join the builder program, and kind of it can be contagious, and then you can learn about this passion and become passionate yourself. That's
absolutely awesome. Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool to see, especially how you're using your own products to improve your own life. That is super nice. I think one thing that is like really fascinating with your projects actually that I would just want to highlight is, and we have a very like almost uncanny strong focus on this actually, which is packaging, like the videos that you create, the trailers, how you present your project and everything. And I would love to know, like, how has this shaped for you to kind of like get to where you are? I think like that's has a huge impact, at least in how we perceive your projects.
Yeah, I mean, so as a builder, I'm used to kind of creating videos, but one thing that I was missing that the being part of the builders community as well as the Immersive Design Challenge and Immersive Insiders events have told me is like to be a good storyteller, to understand your audience and really project that story out into the world. And I think, you see like a sliver of my hackathon specific projects here, but I also have some personal projects that I always try to share on LinkedIn. And that type of skill that I've learned with these hackathons, I've really taken to my personal projects, and I've worked on my art. I've worked on my the video editing skills. I worked on like the how you like clip the music to like the videos and
The
everything like that.
details.
So yeah, it's just I think all these skills that you're learning in these hackathons are extremely transferable to your actual career, and I can't stress that enough.
So you need kind of to have all these skills, but the number one thing at the end of the day is the passion for
Yes.
the project and understanding
Passion
the
comes from
users. That's really what will determine your success. Shall we bring back Grace and kind of open it up for questions?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
back.
Hey, Grace.
Hello.
And first, maybe let's remind everybody that if you want to apply, if that all sounds interesting to you, let's bring the URL back on the screen. Apply for the Builders Program on UnitedXR.eu/builders. The deadline is approaching. It's coming up. Don't wait. If you have a project, go ahead and submit today. Would love to see that, and hopefully we'll be able to select you for the program so you can take advantage of that. And again, if you're not selected, still so many benefits that you can get from participating.
There are some
in the
nice
event.
bonuses, some nice gifts that you get also for applying, but we will not say them.
All right, Dinesh, why don't you keep discussing this with Tejas and Grace, and I'll look for some questions, see if we want to from the audience here.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like really, really fascinating to hear your journeys, and like especially from like two different angles. I think that is also very, very nice. And yeah, I mean, I know, like, just out of curiosity, would love to know, what are you guys excited for the next upcoming event, the XRCC Online, where Tejas, you will be actually a mentor, if I didn't
I
spell
will
it
be a
wrong.
mentor.
You are okay. I didn't mess it up.
So
So guys, like just anybody watching, you will have like this guy and many other amazing mentors joining the hackathon. So what are you guys anticipated for the upcoming event? Anybody who wants to start?
yeah, I'll let Grace go first.
Okay, sure. Well, I'm joining XRCC as a hacker this time because I miss working on new projects, and I think what I'm
Yeah, I
most
feel you.
excited for is I guess more AI XR projects, because now that's becoming more and more accessible through all of these like building blocks and courses, and I'm hoping to see some more like really interesting products, and also see people like once again like learn how to sell them with like gorgeous videos and UI visuals. That's what I'm excited to see.
Cool.
Yeah, and for me, from a mentor standpoint, I mean, being mentor is always fun because there's no stress of the hackathon, but you got to see people's work and the
Yes.
evolution of the projects over time, which I think is the most exciting thing. Oh, sorry, the most exciting thing as a builder and just like as a community person. Yeah, so I'm really excited to kind of see the evolution of projects and see how people pivot and how people just try to do their best to make something great.
Fantastic. I mean, now I think, yeah, we have a couple of minutes left for questions from the audience, if anybody wants to throw in something. Otherwise, we just keep getting freestyling, and then we can take it from there, right?
Yeah, I would say, if folks are watching this as a recording, feel free to send comments. You see it, we'll try to address it, or go to the website. There's ways to contact us and ask about the program. If you need some help, if you need some support, be happy to address that. I think I'm super excited to be able to have here, first of all, Dinesh, which is kind of the XRCC founder and master, and now also leading the business program. So it really gives you continuity in your career. Thank you, Dinesh, for taking this on. And two incredible builders that have shown their career and how it's advancing, all the way to being a mentor in a hackathon. And of course, would love to see you at the event itself. So really, thank you all for participating here today. Let's see if we have any last minute question. Looks like everybody's excited. They wanna submit and they want to participate. So unless any last minute comments from anyone, Dinesh?
No, looking forward to seeing all of you guys. Feel free to join XRCC. You guys have seen two wonderful journeys and stories, like how much, and I mean, even my personal, I'm not a builder in that sense, but for me, many years ago, the hackathon journey really elevated my career like crazy, which is also why I am so bold in saying that not just XRCC, but hackathons in general are just like the single best investment for your career. And I truly believe that. And having two wonderful examples here also, and many more, just showcases how good that can be if you have like a few weeks of dedicated time to just build something really amazing.
Grace, last message for our audience today, for builders out there?
I would love to, I would love to do my last thoughts, but we have two questions. And one of them is related to UnitedXR, if you'd like to answer that.
Okay, should we highlight that? I can't do that. There we go.
Well, again, if you're let me reread the question. At UnitedXR, are there any networking events that are accessible to people that consider founding a business in the industry? So, the Builders program is basically for people that either have a project or that are thinking of taking this project forward and kind of founding a company out of it, or business. So, it's definitely the perfect place for you to kind of make that step forward. But again, in addition to the business program, you'll have plenty of opportunities. If you go to the startup pitch competition, learn from others how they pitch, opportunity to meet with and network with investors and other professionals, other partners, maybe find your co-founder.
You meet many,
There'll
exactly.
Plenty of opportunities like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly the tribe that we will find there, actually. There's a bunch of other questions.
Tejas and Grace, if you have any other kind of thoughts on this question. If not, let's look at the next one.
Yeah, show us the next questions. Let's see.
Oh, there's a question about AI. If we want
all of us
AI to be used in the project. So I think everybody does. It definitely brings more attention to things because everybody's looking for AI these days. And I think actually at XRCC, we've seen quite a bit of examples of people using AI in really creative ways, not in the traditional, generation, like Gen AI type of way, but in many other interesting ways. So I think it's definitely a great way to help and get more attention to your project. Any other thoughts from the panel here?
I can answer that question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe you can show it again. There we go.
Yeah, no, it was just the AI tools that I personally use when it comes to my XR projects is I do use ChatGPT to organize my code whenever it's like so much spaghetti code. And I also use it to like help create better wording for my pitch decks. When it comes to asset creation, I typically don't use AI, but I've seen a lot of people that do. Yeah.
The tips on using AI?
For sure, yeah. For me, I'm in the same boat as some other folks here, where maybe I'm not using AI for asset creation, but I am using it a lot for inspiration. Lots of I think AI is great for I think like creating like a certain sense of randomness and unexpectedness when it comes to a prompt that you give it. And so I think that really sometimes inspires and like sparks different lines and levels of thinking when you're a builder. For me specifically, sometimes I don't use asset creation tools just because I like to feel like I'm still in my learning phase, and sometimes AI takes away from that. If it's used in a specific way, but I think it's a great way to maybe get something in there quickly and create sparks when maybe there isn't any before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we actually have an interesting question. Someone doesn't have a team or a project right now. I don't know if you can put up that question up, Goopy. But again, I think, if you don't have a product right now that is ready to be submitted as your main project for the Builders Program, that's okay. I mean, come join the event. Observe what other builders are doing. I think that's like the main reason we're doing the Builders Program is that other people can see what's happening out there. How are people advancing their projects? How they're pitching, how they're demoing, and I think that can give inspiration and also potential partnerships for other future projects for you or others. So I think in that sense, the Builders Program can be very valuable also for non-selected builders.
Yeah, and also you can, by the way, join XRCC, which starts also soon, and then apply and use your project to then potentially showcase it as well. I mean, there's going to be some merging coming, of course. We are bridging these kind of things, of course, together. So if anybody is like still learning, still new, is interested but isn't really sure about that, I mean, that's why like these hackathons are step 1, and then these builder programs are step 2, basically. Oversimplified, of course, but if you don't have a project or you're still a very beginner, you will learn everything in these events and then be able to showcase it as well.
All right, there's another great question. Should developers purchase their conference tickets before applying? So I would say, and again, the deadline is approaching.
Oh,
yeah. I would say apply as soon as possible. You'll hear back very soon, so you'll know if you need to purchase kind of the regular ticket or that you're part of the Builders Program. Builders Program, by the way, if you're selected, that gives you a special discount for the event. So in that sense, it is worth kind of waiting a little bit to see what the results are from your submission. But again, it's happening right now, so don't wait. And there's another question, maybe to the folks here on the panel. Have you seen a growing interest in XR from EdTech clients and educational institutions?
I can definitely speak to that.
Yeah.
So I actually just finished up several projects with universities, one of which Grace did an amazing design job for. And so I definitely think there is a growing interest in universities specifically for different kinds of applications for VR. I will say VR specifically, not mixed reality. I think right now in the edtech space, everything is sort of like settling to like an ROI level, and people are beginning to understand what the ROI for spend is on something like a VR project, especially when it comes to curriculum. I think my God, sorry, there's so many thoughts going in my head, but the answer, unequivocally is yes. There's a growing interest. I think everyone is looking for something new. Everyone is looking for something interesting and applicable. So if you have something that is edtech related, I would definitely suggest pitching it, showing it off, doing something with a university, even local, universal, whatever. I think there's a really hot spot there, and the competitive climate is actually super low. So there's low barrier to entry. This specific market.
That's awesome. Great answer, Tejas. And by the way, this is all the time we have today. So I'm going to thank all of you for participating here today. Folks, if you have more questions, keep posting them. We'll try to address those. Or again, go on the website if there's something specific to how to register, how to participate. Would love to see you at XRCC and then the business program 1-2 punch for your career.
Exactly.
Thank you all for joining us today. Dinesh, looking forward to working with you on the business program. Grace and Tejas, thank you so much for what you've done for your journey, for sharing your journey. Looking forward to what you do next.
Very inspiring. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
see you soon, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Ori. Thank you, everyone. Bye.